It's me. I'm back. If y'all wonder why I keep looking over that way, it's because it's the TV. It's over that way, so I keep catching glimpses of what's going on. Anyway, here's my update for the week. So, for those of you who are curious to know, I did not get the house. It happened yet again. They took somebody else's offer over mine. But this time, the only reason why because I actually bid a higher price on the house than the other people. But the only reason why they took the other people is because I had an FHA loan and they had a conventional loan. That was the only reason they preferred their offer over mine. For those of you who do not know, you know what? This is what this video is going to be about. I'm going to put y'all on some game. Well, I don't know if it's game. I'm just, let's say more of, this is my experience of what buying a house has been up to now. The process of trying to buy a house. So, I was first approved for a conventional loan. And the conventional loan was for, I want to say 300,000 was a conventional loan. Everything was good to go until I was ready to put in an offer. Actually did put in an offer on the house. When I was in when you get a loan, before you even get the pre-approval, they want you to give them all sorts of information, check stubs, they run your credit, they, check your bank statements for the past, I think it was 3 months or something like that, credit card statements, like they go through your whole thing before they even decide to give you a pre-approval. Okay? Once you get the pre-approval, then they tell you, okay, you can go start looking for a house. And, it'll be, we're going to finance it, right? So I went and found a house. And once it got time, because a pre-approval is just that. It's a pre-approval. Once there's a contract on a house, what they do is they start going through a fine comb. They use a fine comb to go through your day-to-day debts. How you're going to pay those off on a month-to-month basis. And used to be the case where all the loan would be involved in is just the purchase of the house. Insurance and all those other things, they were separate. Now they want to roll everything into your monthly payment. Okay? So when you buy a house with the loan, they want you to have already picked out which insurance you're going to use, because you're just like a car. When you get a car, you have to have full coverage. Well, there's a certain type of coverage you have to have when you buy a house. And so they want you to have the insurance because they roll that into your monthly payment. If there's HOA fees, they roll that into your monthly payment. Whatever taxes there's in, they roll that into your monthly payment. Each and everything that has to do with the house, they roll it into the monthly payment. I kind of don't like that, because it's like, I want for it to be up to me when I get these things, where I get them. Like, I want all these things to be separate from the house. House is one thing, insurance and all the taxes and all that other stuff is another thing, because let's say, for example, you run into some hard times. You can go and make a payment plan with the tax office and stuff, and they'll work with you. But if it's rolled into your house payment, well, damn, if you're going into hard times, it's in there. There's no, okay, let's work something out. It's in there, and you have to make that mortgage payment. Now, some banks are more willing to work with you than others. That just depends on the bank that you get the loan with. But that's the situation with that. Now, what happened, why I say at first I had a conventional loan is, and it made me so mad, when they started going through fight with the, to try and see how I was going to pay for it and debt to income ratios and all that good stuff, they saw that I had student loans, which I told them from the beginning. When they ran my credit, they saw I had student loans. But due to COVID, my loans are in forbearance. Well, they were insisting that they wanted something saying how much I'm going to be paying a month. I'm like, there is nothing I can give you. They are in forbearance. It's been, 2 years now that we've been through COVID? And the student loans have been in forbearance. Because the student loans are in forbearance, they had to assume that I was going to be making, they told me how much, but I forget, a certain percentage of each loan payment a month. Okay, now mind you, for those of you that have student loans, you should know that student loans work with your income. They work with, however much you can pay. They'll work with you. But the loan people were like, well, we can't assume that they're going to work with you. We're just going to calculate a certain percentage of, because, since I went to college, for each semester that I took out, because you can get what they call it, a Stafford loan, and basically one where you don't pay the interest and then one where you do. There's like 2 different types of loans. I went and took both of them out. And so now I have like, I want to say 4 to 6 student loans out. And yeah, when you go to pay them, it's like they group them all together and it's one lump sum. But when it rings up on your credit report, like for each semester and each different type of loan, they come out separately, like separate loans, because you took them out at separate times. But when you make your payment, of course, you're only making your payment, one payment a month, right? Well, what they did was they broke it down to a certain percentage of each loan a month. Of course, that's going to come out like, oh my God, you have all this debt. And I'm like, it's in forbearance right now. So there's no way for you. And I did try to call them to try and get them to put me on some kind of, momentary plan or whatever. They cannot, because everybody's loans are on forbearance. Lord Jesus. So anyway, so they could no longer approve me under a conventional loan. Mind you, this whole time that I'm going back and forth with them, I already have a contract with the house. Once you sign that contract, whether the loan gets approved or not, you signed a contract saying that this is how much money you were going to give them. Now, you can put in a little, what you call it? I think they call it like an addendum or something like that. Anyway, it's like a little note in there in the contract saying that pending loan approval. But if you don't put that shit in there, you got to pay it. That's what you agreed to pay. You got to pay it. So anyway, so now I'm like, to talk about you don't want to, you gave me a pre-approval knowing very well this was my situation. And now that I'm on contract, now you want to pull this mess on me? I cannot. So I started looking for somebody else. Found another company. The other company were like, no, they shouldn't have done that with you. Any home lender is going to try to work with you because they want your business. They're not just going to say, you know what, this is what it is. Because that's basically what they did to me. So these other people, they tried to work with me to get me back into the conventional loan. They could not. So they said, you know what, we're going to get you on an FHA loan. They said that the FHA loan is a little more lenient as far as, how much, how strict they are in letting you borrow, but they're stricter on the conditions of how they let you, that the house and stuff that you want to buy with their loan. Let me explain. With a conventional loan, yeah, they look at appraisals and everything, but it's not that stringent. Like whatever, let's say I had purchased a house for $300,000, which was what the loan amount was. It's a loan. It's a regular loan. That's how much I have to pay, or they take the house from me. Okay. With an FHA loan, they're like, no, but we're not going to let you borrow money just like that. We have to make sure that the money we let you borrow, whatever you're going to get with it, is going to actually be worth. So with the FHA, they were able to approve me for $320,000. So if I go and put in an offer and they accept for the $320,000, that house has to appraise for $320,000. If it does not appraise for $320,000, the FHA is not going to approve it. Now, there is a way to go around that. Let's say I make an offer for the $320,000 and the house only approves for $300,000. If I go into the FHA and say, look, I know the house only appraised for $300,000. Can you get me the loan for $300,000? I'll put in the $20,000 difference. They'll approve it that way. But they're only going to give you the loan amount for what the house is appraised for. Which is why a lot of people don't like dealing with FHA, because if you don't have that extra money that you made the offer for, you won't get the loan. So, and then also with both, you have to put a certain percentage down, but with conventional, they're a little more flexible. With FHA, they want that, I think it's 3.5% down. So, I mean, it is what it is. So now when I go looking for houses, I can't just go and say, oh, I like this house and it's, in the loan amount and blah, blah, blah. No, I have to go in there and make sure first and foremost that they accept FHA. Because if you go in the listing, most times they only say cash or conventional. They also have a VA. Now, I'm not a veteran, so I don't know. But I hear VA is even tougher. Because VA really wants to, protect their veterans. So, a lot of times they won't do VA either. So, it is what it is. To me, I kind of like that it has that clause of the appraisal, because I want to make sure that I'm going to buy a house that's worth what they're trying to, like, don't try to sell me a lemon and make it look like it's something, marvelous, and it's not. Like, don't do that. But by the same token, it's like the market out there is so crazy. And there's another thing that's aggravating me is these investors, these house flippers. So, of course, if you come with cash in hand, let's say I put in the offer for the $320,000, but somebody comes in with $300 cash in hand, which one you gonna take? Because you don't want to deal with the loans. I understand that fully and completely. But what an investor is going to do, an investor is going to take that house, clean it up, maybe put some new flooring or some new backsplash or tile, do something minimal to the house, and then they bought it for $300,000. Guess what? They're going to turn around and sell it for $350,000, $400,000. And meanwhile, someone who really needed that house for their family, that was, trying to find something affordable, will never be able to get in there. And that's just the way things are right now. It's tough. It's really, really tough. It's hard. So, I really just thought about just pumping the brakes on it a little bit, because I'm getting burnt out. I'm getting so burnt out. I've looked at so many houses. And let me tell you, I don't know if it's just a Dallas thing. A lot of these houses have foundation problems. And that's scary. Yeah, foundation, like, it's not that costly to fix. But let me tell you what happens when you have foundation problems. A house is supposed to be level like this. When it starts sinking on one side, that means all the weight is coming down on this side right here. When you lift it up, that's putting pressure on this side. So then this one is getting the extra support now because it got to lift it up. So guess what's going to happen? This side's going to come down. So then you have to pay, and the warranty is only for the work that they did. So the work that they did is only for the house, for the parts that they lifted. And they're not going to lift the whole side. What they do is they go and survey the house, and whichever area is the weak point, that's the point that they're going to go in and put the support under. So once that part is supported, guess what? It starts to strain on other parts. And so you call them back, hey, now it's sinking on this side. So they go and support just the parts that they find that need the supports. Hey, now it's sinking over here on this. It's a never-ending story. Before you're even done with it, you'll have a whole new foundation. You have to really be in love with your house once you start having foundation problems. And then once the whole foundation is like locked in and secure, you have to go through the whole house and make sure that, you fix up all the cracks and all of that, because cracks run. And then bugs start coming in through the cracks and stuff. It's an issue. So that's what I'm dealing with. And then I was looking the other day, because I was talking to my mom about it. And just out of curiosity, I'm like, I wonder how much the houses are, in Houston. For the same amount of house, the same amount that I would be paying for a regular house, like nothing fancy, just a regular roof over my head house here, I could have a really fancy, like here, 1,600 square feet. Over there, easy 3,000 square feet. I was like, ain't this some bullshit? How the hell? I think that's why it is. I come over here and I'm making more money over here, but it's less house. And over there make less money, but it's more house. I don't know. That's my rant on the housing situation. Like I said, I think I'm really over it. I really am. I feel like I'm just gonna pump the brakes on it, at least for a little bit. I don't know. It is what it is. That's my rant. Y'all need to do your homework if you really want to go into this field. Like right now, if you're interested in selling your house, hell yeah, sell your house. Like you're gonna get more than what your house is valued at. But if you want to buy a house, you have to get it real good with the owners, because it's a hot mess out there right now. It's a hot mess. And it's, like I say, it's not just here, it's everywhere. That's my rant. How my week has gone? My week's gone pretty good. Work has slowed down a little bit, so I'm able to come home at a decent time. This last weekend was my first weekend I was able to chill and relax at home, because I've been putting in that overtime even on the weekends, dude. But this weekend I was able to stay home and just chill, do a whole bunch of nothing. That's when I was telling my sister, I came to realize I need to do something about my weight, because I've always been a big girl. Always been a big girl, and it doesn't bother me. I am who I am. It is what it is. Like, if it bothers you, that sounds like a you problem, because it don't bother me. I've always looked at it that way. But let me tell you, let me tell you what happened to me. I was using the potty. Just like everybody goes to use the potty, I take my phone with me sometimes. And most times I just Facebook or Instagram until I finish doing what I do. Then I move on about my business. Well, this time, I think I must have forgot my phone. I don't remember why was it. I didn't, you know. So I'm sitting there and I'm starting looking at my legs and I'm like, why my legs look like that? They look different. And I started examining my legs and turning my leg to the side and to the other side. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Does my knee have a chin on? My knee has a chin. Like one of these right here is on my knee. I said, when the fuck did that grow? When the fuck did I get a chin on my knee? Like, that's not okay. I ain't never had no chin on my knee. Now, I've had the little on my thigh. I've always had that. I'm used to that. That's normal. But on my knee, the first image that came into my head was a 600-pound show where the people try to walk and they wobble the leg like that, and I'm like, oh hell no, hell to the no. I said that this is where the line has been crossed. Now, I have a thyroid problem. I have what's called Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Basically, it's a autoimmune condition where my body is constantly attacking my thyroid. Always had it since I was a teenager. I've learned to live with it. It is what it is. But I'm on meds now, and according to my blood work, it's actually getting back to normal ranges, and I think that's what's affecting me, because I'm gonna be honest, my diet has not changed. Like, it is what it is. If anything, I eat less because now I'm by myself. I don't want to cook, so a lot of times I just grab a snack or something and just hit the hay, because there's no point to me cooking a whole meal and it's just me, all them dishes and all that work, and it's just me. Anyway, that's another story. So, I had talked to my doctor about it, and my doctor had prescribed me some diet pills called phentermine. And he was like, they're very popular. People have been very successful with them. And he's like, but it's just, side note, it's kind of like speed. And I'm like, pump the brakes. What? You about to prescribe me speed? And he's like, yes, they're very highly addictive, and the government really screens who prescribes these out, and you know, for how long, and it's a short term. I'm only allowed to give it to you for a certain amount of period, and then I have to take you off of it, and blah 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 blah. So I'm like, I'm a drug-free person. Like, I don't even do weed. Not to say I've never tried it. I've tried it. Did not like it. Never wanted to do it again. Like, I have no curiosities for it. None. I've never snorted. I've never injected. I'm completely drug free. I don't smoke. I don't, nothing. Like, every once in a while I might take a drink or two, but that's about the extent of it, you know. And that aspect, I'm very boring. I don't do much. And I'm fine with it. Like, you do you. And this is what I'm going to do. All right? I'm cool. So I told him, I was like, with somebody who is not used to, you know, taking in, you know, these meds, these type of meds, how is that going to affect me? Because, you know, my body's like virgin to that kind of stuff. So he's like, well, everybody, you know, the whole spiel, everybody's body reacts differently and blah, blah, blah. And he did tell me that obviously I would feel a difference. But he's like, you know, just take it slow. And, you know, if you want, you could just do a half a pill just to see how you feel about it, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, fine. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it all the way. If he says that he's had several patients that he prescribed it for. You know, some of them I talked to, and they said it did work with them. So I'm like, okay, so, you know, I'm not a guinea pig. He's already been through it. Okay. So, when I tell you, I got off of them pills quick, fast, and in a hurry. Like, and I think it's because, like I said, I'm not one to really take pills like that. I think it's why my body reacted to it like that. I didn't sleep for 3 days. I could not sleep. I would fall asleep. Within an hour or two, I was up. I could not sleep. And for someone who has thyroid issues, that's a problem, because when you don't, the thyroid makes you sleepy as hell. And when you don't actually sleep, because you already get insomnia, thyroid causes insomnia. And so when you don't get your sleep and you have thyroid issues, you can't function. You cannot function. And that's how people claim, people with thyroids, they're just lazy. It's not that we're literally tired. Like literally tired. Like there's no energy left. And it's not, it does cause depression, but a lot of times, like with me personally, that's all I can speak on is me personally. I'm not depressed, dude. I'm just tired. Like I have no energy to even, get up and maneuver. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to do it. I just want to chill because I'm tired. And a lot of people just look at that as you lazy, you depressed, you a hermit. I'm just doing me. I'm just trying to survive with everything that's going on. Okay? That's all that is. Anyway, back to the diet thing. So I wasn't able to sleep. I wasn't able to sleep a lot. And then the first couple of days, I was like, I don't feel nothing. The people around me at work, they were like, you have a little more pep in your step. You're a little more cheery. You're a little... I didn't notice anything, but they said they did. And it made me kind of like, the hell you trying to say? Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, after those first couple of days, nah, man, I was antsy. Like, I was real quick to, for people to get on my nerves. Like, I couldn't. I had to stop taking those. So, when I saw the chin on my knee, I'm like, I need to see if maybe I need a lap band. Because I've had so many surgeries, y'all. Thyroid issues causes women problems. So, I've had to have work done on my ovaries. I've had to have work done on my uterus. At this point, after 3 kids, I told him, take the whole shit out. I'm empty in there. It's vacant. There's nothing down there. Of course, there's something down there. Like, I'm exaggerating. But, I don't have any plumbing, is what I'm trying to say. Because I told him, I said, deuces, I'm done with this. So yeah, I'm not into the whole getting surgery and doing the sleeves and the bypasses and all. That's not for me. I've already been through all the surgeries. I've been gutted open on the table too many times to go through it again. So I was like, I think I'm gonna ask my doctor about a lap band. Because my mom had it done and it was laparoscopic. You just a little few cuts. It looked like the cat done beat you up on your stomach and you cool. So I'm like, I think that's my next venture, y'all. I'll let y'all know how it goes. I don't have a doctor's appointment until like 2 or 3 weeks. So y'all probably won't get an update till then. But I'm going to let y'all know. I'm going to ask. I'm going to see if my insurance will pay for it. Because if I remember correctly, when my mom had it done, I think they charged her $3,000. And she had insurance. So I want to say it should be cheaper now. My sister says no. She says it will be even more expensive. I don't know. I want to say it'll be cheaper now. I'll find out, y'all. And I'll let y'all know. Anyway. My show keeps going on. And I'm going to let y'all go right here. Because I need to catch up. Look what's been going on. Man. I love to keep up with all these realities. The housewives stuff. The basketball wives stuff. All of that. I like the drama. I already told y'all, I'll stay my ass at home. I ain't got no business. I don't have no life. So I sit here and I watch other people's business. It's my entertainment. The 90-day shit. Woo, some of them people, I just want to fight them. Why that little short guy with the no neck guy? First and foremost, but you getting these decent, nice looking women to like you, and They all keep telling you the same thing. Stop rushing into the bullshit. Let it be what it is. And you want to go off and because you went to go visit them, oh, we're getting married now. Bitch, back the hell up. They're telling you to back the hell up and you refuse to back the hell up. Something wrong with you. I swear, something wrong with you. Now, I understand that he might have like insecurity issues and stuff, but if you've been told time and time again, hey, this is the problem, this is what keeps going on, you would think that you would pick up the hint and eat and try to at least suppress it. Like, you can't change who you are who you are, but once you're about to, hey, let's get married, just go, let me not say it. Let me hold on to that for a little bit. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, let me go back to my show. I'll see y'all later.